Let's talk about gripping the gun. There's a couple of different ways to grip the gun, and actually three. What you'll see is some is to come right in here with the thumb against that middle finger. Some people lay the thumb right up here at the top of the grip. My preferred method is with the thumb against the recoil shield. Whichever method you use, one thing you want to remember is keep a nice strong grip in the right hand. The right hand is your grip. If you're a two-handed shooter, a traditional shooter, your left hand is strictly for operating. Now on a duelist shooter, you need to keep some pressure right in here so that gun doesn't rock in your hand real bad, so you can keep a little pressure. The way you operate as a duelist, you come up with your thumb, you want to come off the side like this and just flip it. You don't want to come up here and hook it with your thumb and do this. You want it off the side of the hammer where it just flips off. That's the fastest way, and that's the way you need to start practicing, and a little dry firing will teach you how to do that. Another thing on the thumb against the recoil shield, my preferred method, is what that does, it comes up and I grip the gun firmly, but if I'm shooting heavier loads or even the light loads, I can put pressure against the back of the gun right in here. And what that does is keeps that gun from bouncing up. I'm actually using that thumb as a counterweight for that gun bouncing up. The heavier loads I shoot, just the more pressure I apply to the thumb, and I can keep that gun from bouncing and I can get on target faster. Another thing that it does, it helps line up. Most people that shoot their gun will shoot it something like this, and they'll have that wrist bent a little bit. In order for that grip to work for you, you're going to have to turn that gun in your hand and maybe even take just a hair lower grip to where that thumb will come up and can push against the side of it. But what it does is line up your wrist and your hand, and it's a lot quicker for getting on target. Another thing I like about it is the thumb acts just like the finger. When you pull out and you want to point at something, just close that left eye if you're right eye dominant, and you'll see that you're pointing at wherever that finger is. It's the same principle with the thumb. I can come up and just point at something. I can look down and I'm pretty close. So when I draw that gun and I come up and I bring that gun out, you can take it away. My thumb is pointing in the direction of the target. So I'm going to be able to get on target a little quicker, and that's what I found. I can get on my first shots quite a bit quicker using this method. So that's a good thing. Now, operating the gun two-handed, like I said, all your grip's in your right hand. The left hand is strictly for operating the gun. It's for no other reason. So what you want to do on it, you don't want to have that hand laid up solid against the gun and try operating it like this. One thing, you'll put a lot of movement in the gun, you're going to be getting to start bouncing around. Personally, what I do is I lay this finger right here in front of the trigger guard, lay these fingers across, and I bring this one underneath. Some people can lay it in here wherever, it doesn't matter. But the main thing is keep separation between the offhand and the gun to where all you're doing is doing this, and it's not bouncing the gun around. That way you're able to operate the gun quickly. If you have it laid up in here, you're going to be all bound up, and it's just a slow way to shoot, and also an inaccurate way to shoot. So on the basic grips of the gun, that's about it. So practice those routines and see what works best for you, and just start dry firing or go to the range and start shooting.